Most people think that neck pain is coming from their neck. A fair assumption. The aching, the tension, the stabbing pain has to be coming from somewhere, right? But a lot of people with long-term neck pain or chronic neck pain get almost no long-term relief from the traditional neck pain treatments. If stretches and exercise helped, you wouldn't still have neck pain. If the physio fixed it, then you wouldn't be booking the same appointment every 3 weeks. And if your posture was the real problem, then every person with bad posture would be in agony, while every person with good posture would be pain-free. But that's just not the case. You've probably tried massage, chiros, acupuncture, emptied your wallet on new pillows, new chairs, fancy new standing desk, every ergonomic doodad that the internet can sell you, but nothing really seems to solve the problem long term. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So the question becomes, if you've treated your neck over and over again, why hasn't it worked? For a lot of people, the problem isn't actually starting in their neck. A lot of chronic neck pain isn't a neck problem. It's your nervous system being way overprotective.
Wow, no.
Sending stronger pain signals than the body actually needs. And once that pain cycle ramps up, physical treatments can only get you so far. If your neck pain is ruining your day and you've tried all the classic fixes and your doctor has basically told you to take a Panadol and try to relax, then this video is for you. Because you're probably stuck in a cycle of brain-driven pain, a cycle that can be retrained. And in today's episode, we're going straight to the source, teaching your brain how to turn that pain volume knob way down. If you deal with chronic neck tension, headaches, jaw tightness, tense shoulders, this is one of the most powerful tools that you can start with. Hi, my name is Ellen. I'm a chronic pain counselor with a background in physical therapy, and I help people get out of the pain cycle by working with their nervous systems rather than fighting their bodies. Neck pain is actually very close to my heart because I dealt with chronic neck pain and headaches all through my childhood, my teens, and my 20s. And it really wasn't until I learned these tools, like the one that we're going to use today, that I finally escaped that brain pain cycle and actually started to enjoy my life rather than just enduring it. So let's get into what we're doing today and how and why this technique works. Because I know my friends with neck pain tend to be overthinkers and want to know all the details. However, if you just want to skip to the guided exercise, or if you're coming back to repeat this, there's a timestamp below, so you can just jump ahead. This is the second episode in my neck pain series, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss episode 3. So the technique we're doing today is called somatic tracking, which is just a fancy way of saying feeling your body without freaking out. There are 3 things that this technique accomplishes. Well, there's actually way more than 3, but I think that these 3 are very, very cool. First, when you feel neck pain, 2 things happen almost instantly. There's the sensation itself, the tightness, the tension, the aching, the stabbing, the shooting, and then there's the reaction to the sensation, the oh no, not this again, the bracing, the panic, the dread. And these 2 things get glued together. They happen so quickly that it feels like the pain and the reaction are one and the same thing, and that you don't really get a choice. Somatic tracking helps you experience the gap between these 2 events. Most people never actually see the difference. They feel the pain, they react instantly, maybe with fear or frustration, and it all kind of blends together. But when you slow down and observe what's happening, you start noticing this is the sensation and this is my reaction to the sensation. They are 2 separate experiences. Once they're not fused together, you start to get a lot more choice in how you react to the sensation. The second thing that somatic tracking gives you an opportunity to experience is feeling pain without resistance. And this is the part that people are quite afraid of. A lot of my clients have actually recoiled at the idea of allowing pain in or letting it come up because it feels like you're letting your guard down. I've heard them say things like, if I stop fighting it, it'll just explode. Or if I let it in, I'll lose control. Or feeling it will only make it worse. But when they actually do it, even just for 10 or 20 seconds, they realize that nothing terrible actually happens. It might intensify for a moment, but it also might soften. It might move, or it might just stay the same. The important part is not what the sensation does. The important part is that you stayed with it and that you showed your brain it's okay to let your guard down and that nothing terrible happens when you do. Because guarding and bracing and trying to avoid the pain is a big part of what actually keeps it going. When you stop fighting the pain, your nervous system stops fighting back. When we try and fix pain while it's happening by tensing or resisting or analyzing or stretching or pushing or cracking it, the brain interprets that as something's wrong, keep protecting. It'll create more tension and ramp up those pain signals even further. But when you observe the pain instead of fighting with it, your whole system gets a different message. You start to tell your brain, I'm okay. I'm safe right now. I don't need to brace. I don't need to resist. And the pain starts to change on its own. Every time you do this exercise, you are changing these 3 factors, and you will notice a shift in your pain. One really important thing before we start. This kind of exercise works best when your pain is at a mild to moderate level. When your pain levels are really high, your nervous system is already in a protective state. It's really difficult and honestly unfair to expect yourself to be able to just observe and relax into very high levels of pain. We don't want to force you to sit with intense pain while your body is telling you that it needs comfort or distraction or support. There are other tools that are much better for high pain moments, and we'll go through those later in this neck pain series. Alrighty, so now that you know the why and the how, let's get into the what. This is a 10-minute guided exercise to help ease yourself out of this brain pain cycle. By the way, if you want to come back and repeat this later, which I would recommend because this is not a one and done thing, I've made a very simple somatic tracking tool that goes with this exercise. If you have it in front of you right now, you might like to notice what you're feeling before we start and fill in the first part of the guide. If you don't have it, that's totally all good. You don't need it right now. But if you want something to help you get the absolute most out of this exercise, then you will find the link in the description below. Alrighty, let's get into it. Wherever you are, settle into a comfortable position. You don't need perfect posture. In fact, let your body relax however it wants to. That could be sitting or lying down, whatever feels easiest for you right now. Allow yourself to settle into that position. Take a slow breath in through your nose and an even slower exhale out through your mouth. Let yourself sink into your couch or your bed. No forcing, just enough to signal that we're now slowing down. Now gently bring your awareness to your neck, or whatever part of your body is calling the most attention today. And remember, we're not trying to fix it. We're not trying to make it go away. You're just noticing what's already here. What do you feel right now? Is it tightness? Heaviness, pulling, buzzing, a dull ache, or sharpness? There is no right answer. Just name the sensation as simply as you can. Like a scientist taking notes. Now see if you can notice if there are any emotions sitting in your body right now. Do any feelings stir as you observe these sensations? There may be frustration, pressure, worry, or maybe nothing at all. You're not looking for anything specific, just observing whatever's there. Now gently notice the thoughts that show up around the sensation. Do you feel a little spike of, oh no? Maybe a bit of urgency, wanting it to be gone. A fear that it might get worse. Or the impulse to fix or escape it. Just notice your reaction. Thoughts, the fears, the stories, or the impulses. And just remind yourself that these reactions, these thoughts and feelings are separate from the sensation itself. Now, we're going to sink just a little bit deeper. Take a slow inhale, and as you exhale, sink further into where you're sitting or lying down. And remind yourself, all is well. I am safe. These sensations cannot hurt me right now. They may be painful, they may be unpleasant, but they are not harmful. I can allow them to be here for just a few minutes. I am safe, I can relax, I can let go, even while I feel this. Just letting it exist without pushing against it. Notice if there are any changes happening. Maybe the sensation rises a little or softens. Maybe it moves around. Whatever it does is okay. Our job isn't to change it. Our job is simply to observe it. If the sensation gets a bit stronger, that's okay. If it softens, that's okay too. If it doesn't change at all, that's also okay. You might be feeling the sensation, but nothing dangerous is happening. Allow yourself to feel safe even in the midst of sensation. Now take another easy breath in and let your exhale be long and soft, allowing your shoulders to drop, feeling your stomach soften as your breath leaves your body. Not forcing yourself to relax, simply creating the conditions where your brain no longer needs to hold on so tightly. Now observe the sensations in your neck again. Have they shifted? Have they changed shape? Or is it simply sitting there, the same? No matter what has or hasn't happened, all is well. And take one more long inhale. And one more soft, gentle exhale. Feeling your stomach soften and just letting yourself be here for one more moment. Thank your body. It's been trying to protect you for a very long time. And you're now teaching it that it doesn't need to fight so hard anymore. And thank yourself for showing up to this practice and being brave and allowing yourself to feel both pleasant and unpleasant sensations. When you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Take a deep breath and gently open your eyes. This is somatic tracking. And every time you do this practice, you're gently rewiring your brain's protective system. You're relearning to feel safe in your own body. So that's somatic tracking. And the more you do this, the more familiar it becomes, so that you can use it not just in the quiet, cozy moments like this, but out there in the real world as well. Once you get the hang of it, start practicing it in your day-to-day life. Use it while you're walking, while you're working. Heck, you can even use it when you're driving, just with eyes open. Please. Use it during the activities that would normally trigger neck pain or a fear of tension or pain. So this was one tool of many to calm the brain's pain response. But it leaves a much bigger and honestly more fascinating question. Why was your nervous system reacting like this in the first place? Why do you get neck pain, but your partner, your husband, your colleague doesn't? That difference isn't random. It comes from somewhere. In episode 3, we're going to be exploring the deeper story behind neck pain, the patterns, the past experiences that train our nervous system how to react, long before the pain ever even started. Thanks for joining me in today's practice, and I will see you in episode 3. Bye!